Hey, FINS fans. What's up, my Aqua and Orange Army? This is your die-hard Dolphins brother coming at you live and fired up. Because oh man, Week 11 is knocking on the door like a surprise party we didn't see coming. Imagine this. We're jetting off to Madrid, Spain, not for tapas, but to stomp the Washington Commanders on NFL Network at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The league's first regular season showdown in Europe. Fresh off that gritty 30-13 upset over the Bills where Devon Achane bulldozed for 174 yards and 2 scores, Jalen Waddle lit up the air for 140 yards, and Tua slung it like a boss with 198 yards and a pick-six spark. Wait, did the market just undervalue us at -2.5 favorites? Stick around, because these Dolphins news updates are about to explode your feed with hype, heartbreak from around the league, and why we're covering easy. Who's ready to chant "Fins up" from the Bernabéu? Drop your score prediction below. Will it be a blowout or a nail-biter? That Bills win wasn't just a W. It was a statement. Fins faithful. Tua Tagovailoa, under fire all season with those 4 multi-pick games, bounced back with poise, hitting 18 of 25 for 198 yards and that one INT that turned into chaos, but hey, we turned it around. Devon Achane? The guy's a freight train, 22 carries, 174 yards, 2 TDs including a 59-yarder that had Josh Allen looking lost. And don't sleep on rookie Kenneth Grant stuffing the line for 3 tackles and a sack. Our 2025 draft class logged 237 snaps and owned that trenches war. Jalen Waddle feasted with 8 catches for 140 yards, proving Tyreek Hill's absence. Ankle woes keeping him out. Can't dim this offense. We're 3-7, yeah, but 2 wins in 3. That's momentum, baby. Now headed to Spain where the Commanders limp in at 3-7 after 5 straight LS, getting torched 44-22 by the Lions last week. But hold up, before we pack our sombreros, let's talk that betting edge everyone's buzzing about. Experts like Ben Solak are pounding the Dolphins to cover -2.5 at -110 odds on ESPN BTY. Washington's D is a dumpster fire, 32nd in points allowed at 28.4 per game, and Miami's found rhythm without Hill, averaging 24.7 points over the last month. Tua's 68.2% completion rate shines against soft secondaries, and Achane's 78 yards per carry average will feast on their 134 rushing yards surrendered weekly. I expect the line to juice to 3 by kickoff, so grab it now. Fins fans, you buying this cover? Hit the comments over or under 46.5 total points. This ain't just a game. It's our shot to go 4-7 and stare down the Saints and Jets next. Vamos Dolphins. Now, shifting gears to the heartbreak shaking the NFL this week. Dallas Cowboys D. Marshawn Kneeland, just 24, tragically took his own life early Thursday after a police chase in Frisco, Texas. His agent John Persley woke to a gut-wrenching text. Unaware the kid he'd built from Western Michigan dreams to Cowboys starter was gone. The league's mourning, Fins fam. A moment of silence hit before Raiders-Broncos, and Dak Prescott's out here raw, stressing mental health support. As Dolphins fans, we've seen our shares of battles, remember the Tua talks? But this hits different. Hug your people tight. If you're struggling, hit 988. Rest easy, Marshawn. Kneeland's story? Pure inspiration turned to ache. Grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, 25 miles from Lake Michigan, building snowmen into football drills as a kid. His cousin Nicole said the NFL was his only dream. Grandma's baby giant, at 6 feet 3 inches, 268 pounds. High school all-state at linebacker and tight end, but a 2-star recruit who stayed local at Western Michigan, bringing infectious energy that flipped bad days for teammates like Andre Carter. Bonded over anime like Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, grieved lost buddy Jamal Williams in 2020, and picked up transfers like Josie Hajibadri for barbecue runs. Stayed loyal after coach firing, skipped Colorado portal for family. Grandpa's failing health sealed it, passing months before his senior year. Man, what a fighter. In Dallas, Mike McCarthy called him professionally mature from day one, rocking number 94 like Hall of Famers Haley and Ware without flinching. Rookie year. 9 solo tackles despite a meniscus tear in Pittsburgh October 24, rehabbing like a vet. This season, 7 games, 15 tackles, 1 sack, 6 QB hits. Then Monday, He scoops a blocked punt for his first NFL TD in a 27-17 loss to Arizona, grinning post-game despite the L. Teammates leaned on his deep-thinking vibe, that constant smile masking losses like his mom's passing pre-draft in 24. He wore her ashes in a necklace. Cowboys support system? McCarthy questions if it was enough. FINS fans, this reminds us, football's family, but life's deeper. Share your thoughts. How do we better protect our guys? Alright, bouncing back to Dolphins fire, because even in tragedy the gridiron grind calls. Week 11 slate is stacked. Thursday's Pats-Jets bloodbath. Then Sunday's Bucks at Bills revenge tour. Seahawks-Rams NFC West fireworks where Seattle's 6-3 edge meets LA's surge. Broncos hosting Chiefs in AFC West chaos. Don't sleep on Bo Nix upsetting Patrick Mahomes, who's second in QBR but overlooked at plus 425 MVP odds per Seth Walder. Eagles-Lions primetime clash could be MVP shootout, and MNF Cowboys-Raiders? Bittersweet now. But our spotlight? Madrid magic. Dolphins at 3-7. Commanders reeling from that Lions rout. Jaden Daniels elbow out. 5-game skid with 20-plus point deficits in 4. We're favored for just the third time, ATS 5-4. Let's make it 6. Diving into Commanders' woes. Their O converts third downs at a measly 32%, league worst, stalling drives and begging punts. Defense? Total disarray, bottom 5 in sacks, allowing 28-plus points routinely. Miami's offense, sans Hill, hummed last week. Tua's methodical, Achane's explosive, 5 straight 67-plus yard games. Waddle's reliable. Without Tyreek, we've averaged 24.7 points monthly per Solak, expect 3 TDs easy. Travel jet lag? Nah, we're the home team on paper. Bernabéu rocking with FINS flags. Stats say we cover 60% as slight dogs lately. Now flipping it. FINS, you feeling a 27-17 dub? Poll time. Achane over 80 rush yards? Yes or no in comments. Let's build that hype train. But hey, not overlooking the vets, Patrick Mahomes, that Chiefs wizard, ranks second in QBR ahead of May and Stafford, yet tied at plus 425 MVP with RB Jonathan Taylor? Wallets calling it robbery. Grab those odds before Denver. Bowen loves Bengals plus 5.5 at Steelers. Flacco's 342 yards. 3 TDs last matchup. Chase's 16-161 line. Perimeter explosion incoming. Maldonado's on Bears-Vikings under 48.5. Minnesota's turnover-prone. 32% third down fails. Chicago's grinded-out run game screams low-score slugfest. Full slate's gold for parlays. But Dolphins covers my lock. Who's your Week 11 money play? FINS Nation. Drop it below, we're in this together. Diving into Commanders' woes. Their O converts third downs at a measly 32%, league worst, stalling drives and begging punts. Defense? Total disarray, bottom 5 in sacks, allowing 28-plus points routinely. Miami's offense, sans Hill, hummed last week. Tua's methodical, Achane's explosive, 5 straight 67-plus yard games. Waddle's reliable. Without Tyreek, we've averaged 24.7 points monthly per Solak, expect 3 TDs easy. Travel jet lag? Nah, we're the home team on paper. Bernabéu rocking with FINS flags. Stats say we cover 60% as slight dogs lately. Now flipping it. FINS, you feeling a 27-17 dub? Poll time. Achane over 80 rush yards? Yes or no in comments. Let's build that hype train. But hey, not overlooking the vets, Patrick Mahomes, that Chiefs wizard, ranks second in QBR ahead of May and Stafford, yet tied at plus 425 MVP with RB Jonathan Taylor? Wallets calling it robbery. Grab those odds before Denver. Bowen loves Bengals plus 5.5 at Steelers. Flacco's 342 yards. 3 TDs last matchup. Chase's 16-161 line. Perimeter explosion incoming. Maldonado's on Bears-Vikings under 48.5. Minnesota's turnover-prone. 32% third down fails. Chicago's grinded-out run game screams low-score slugfest. Full slate's gold for parlays. But Dolphins covers my lock. Who's your Week 11 money play? FINS Nation. Drop it below, we're in this together. Zooming into Madrid prep, Santiago Bernabéu, Real Madrid's cathedral, hosting our first Euro tilt, 9:30 a.m. kick, but FINS time it's prime. Dolphins flying high post bills, where rookie Zeke Biggers snagged an INT and Jordan Phillips clogged lanes for 4 stops. Interim GM champ Kelly looks genius holding a chain and Waddle. No trades, pure loyalty paying off. Tua's silencing bench talk with that efficient outing, 195.2 yards per game average ticking up. Commanders, Daniels sidelined, backup Marcus Mariota facing our front 7, that's 3rd in red zone stops lately. Weather, crisp 55 degrees, perfect for speed. A chain's 5.5 yards per carry feasts. FINS, pack your virtual sangria. This is our stage to shine globally. Story time. Remember 24's Spain hype? Now it's real and we're the squad to steal the show. Without Hill, Waddle stepped up, 140 yards last week on slants and posts, drawing doubles like a vet. A chain's not just running. He's receiving 6 catches straight, 92 yards prior. Defense, Jordan Brooks led with 10 tackles. Rookie Grant's pressure forced Allen's 2 picks. Washington slide, 5 LS, 22 points to Lions. No Daniel Spark. Our minus 2.5. Steele at minus 110. Hook to minus 3 incoming. Imagine a chain jetting 50 yards past their LBs. TD celebration in Spanish. Who's your Madrid MVP pick? Tua? A chain or surprise D-play? Sound off, fam, this road W flips our script. As we wrap these Dolphins news nuggets, let's honor the bigger picture. NFL's Raw this week. Nealon's light gone too soon, but his legacy? That grin turning rooms around. Anime bonds, loyalty through loss. Cowboys grieve, but McCarthy's right. What could we do better? Dolphins orgs got resources. Tua's openness sets tone. Now, channeling that unity into Madrid 3-7 to 4-7. Staring down .500 with Saints, Jets next. Betting slates ripe. Our cover, Mahomes MVP fade. Bengals points. FINS forever. Passionate. Resilient. What's your take on mental health in the league? Share below, we're brothers in blue. Final push, Aqua Warriors. This week 11 abroad ain't vacation. It's vengeance. Commanders D in shambles. Us surging with a chain's 780 rush yards leading the charge. Tua's 17 TDs owning the pocket. Last week's Bills blueprint? Run heavy early. Waddle midfield feasts. D forces turnovers. Brooks and Grant deliver. Odds shifting our way. Cover locks value. Picture it. 28-20 W. FINS flags waving at Bernabéu. Global fans chanting. From Hard Rock to Spain, we're built for this. Pumped? I am. Let's own Europe. Teasing the close. If we snag this, 6-7 runs real. Saints, Jets on deck, both 2-8 scrubs. Dolphins news never sleeps. Hit subscribe for Madrid breakdowns. Injury scoops. Robinson's concussion out, but Juden's ready. Like if you're covering with us, comment your bold prediction. Share with your FINS crew. FINS up forever. Love y'all, see you in the stands. Virtually. Go Dolphins. One more heartbeat for the road. That upset vibe? It's us. Tua's grit. A chain's burst. Waddle's wizardry. Hill cheering from sidelines. Get it, bro. Commanders crumbling, no Daniels magic. We cover, we conquer, we connect. What's next for these FINS? Your voice decides, drop it now. Peace, passion, and playoffs? Nah, but pride? Absolutely. Until next time, stay fantastic. Madrid, Spain, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on NFL Network. Early Week 12. The rest of the day's slate features a plethora of marquee matchups, including the Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the Bills, the Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams, facing off for first place in the NFC West, and the Denver Broncos hosting the Kansas City Chiefs in a key AFC West clash. To finish the day off, the Philadelphia Eagles host the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football. The week wraps up with the Dallas Cowboys visiting the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football, 8:15 Eastern Time on ABC/ESPN. So which games offer early betting appeal? Matt Bowen, Pamela Maldonado, Ben Solak and Seth Walder looked at the early Week 11 odds and identified which ones are worth jumping on now before potential shifts later in the week. Note: odds at time of publication, courtesy of ESPN BET Sportsbook. Cincinnati Bengals to cover plus 5.5, minus 115, at Pittsburgh Steelers Bowen. In their Week 7 matchup, a Bengals win, Joe Flacco threw for 342 yards and 3 touchdowns. Plus the Steelers didn't have an answer for Ja'Marr Chase, 16 receptions, 161 yards, 1 TD. In a game where Flacco will have to chase points and throw with volume because of a subpar Cincy defense, I'll take the perimeter matchups and the points. Last week, Browns plus 2.5 at Jets. Jets won, 27-20. Chicago Bears Minnesota Vikings total points under 48.5, minus 115 Maldonado. Minnesota's offense struggles to stay on schedule and converts just 32% of third downs, one of the lowest marks in the league and a killer for sustained scoring. That single data point shapes the entire game script. Chicago's offense moves methodically through the run and controlled passing, but the Bears aren't built for downfield bombs. Minnesota, meanwhile, is turnover-prone and overly reliant on Justin Jefferson to bail it out on long downs, a combo that can create stalled drives, more punts and stretched-out possessions. The rhythm points to a slower tempo and a total landing below the number. Last week, Rams, 49 airs under 50.5. Rams won, 42-26. Miami Dolphins to cover minus 2.5, minus 110, versus Washington Commanders Solak. I don't want to buy too heavily into this spot for the Dolphins, as they're coming off of a major upset win over a divisional opponent. But the Commanders' defense is in total disarray, and Miami has found more consistency on offense in the past month without Tyreek Hill. I expect this to get to 3 points by kickoff, so I'm happy to buy the hook now, Walder. I'm sticking with the same bet I made last week, one that is suddenly now offered at better odds. Did the market forget about Mahomes just because he was on bye? Mahomes ranks second in QBR this season, ahead of the two quarterbacks who have shorter MVP odds. Drake May, plus 250, fifth in QBR, and Matthew Stafford, plus 300, seventh. I think the weak schedule argument will hurt May come voting time. Mahomes, who has had an excellent year at the game's most important position, has the same odds as Jonathan Taylor.